If you are a parent who's stuck working low salary jobs and you have a hard time saving money, I'm going to walk you through how you can still become a millionaire. Even if you don't have the skills, connections, or resources to start a business, even if you don't have the time and energy to work more because you have a family and kids to raise, you can still escape the rat race and build a seven-figure net worth with a little help from the government. In the 2010 book, Rich Habits, The Daily Success Habits of Wealthy Individuals, the author Tom Corley published his findings from a 5-year study where he interviewed and researched the habits of 233 millionaires, 177 of whom were self-made millionaires and 72 of them came from poor households. At the time of the study, all of them had at least $160,000 in annual gross income and $3.2 million in net worth, and he discovered that they each became a millionaire in one of 4 ways. Around 20% of them became millionaires because they specialized in a particular skill or service that paid really well. This includes professionals like doctors, lawyers, and small business owners in very specialized and profitable industries. They sacrificed years of their lives, if not decades, and a lot of money for their education and experience to be the best at what they do. Around 28% became millionaires through pursuing what they were passionate about. This includes actors, musicians, authors, and other creative professionals. These people by far had accumulated the highest average net worth of all the groups at around $7.4 million. Around 31% became millionaires by climbing the corporate ladder, which the author thought was the hardest way. Not only did these people have to navigate corporate politics, but their success depended on how well their company did. This group had an average net worth of $3.4 million, and most of it was in the form of stock compensations or sharing in the profits of the companies they were dedicated to. But the remaining 22% became millionaires by what the author calls the saver investor path. These people typically earned a middle-class income, kept their expenses low, and that allowed them to save 20% or more of their income. Then they consistently invested their savings over a long period of time, and eventually it grew into a multi-million-dollar investment portfolio. They weren't concentrated in any particular industry or occupation, but they made savings and investing a priority over the long term. Of the 4 ways to achieve a 7-figure net worth, the saver investor path is almost always guaranteed to make you a millionaire, and it is the easiest way to become one because anybody with the financial discipline and commitment can pull it off. Even if you earn a low salary and have trouble saving money, this path remains your best bet, but you have to take a different approach if money is scarce. To get a $1 million investment portfolio, the focus should be on what is the absolute lowest bare minimum amount you need to invest. To figure this out, there are several assumptions we have to make. First, we are going to assume you can get a 10% annual rate of return before inflation. You should be able to achieve this on average over the long term by investing in index funds that track the S&P 500 index, and this is the best way to grow your portfolio. Most reputable investors, including Warren Buffett, recommend these for the average person. When you buy an S&P 500 index fund, you are basically investing in the 500 largest U.S. companies, which account for about 80% of the value of the total stock market. And historically, it has returned just shy of 12% annually since 1928 and closer to 10% in the most recent 2 decades. This is consistent with the folks at The Motley Fool as well as NerdWallet, and you can even look up the data yourself. 2 popular index funds that are great options are the Vanguard S&P 500 Index Fund ETF, which has the ticker symbol VOO, and the Vanguard Total Stock Market Index Fund ETF with the ticker symbol VTI. The key difference between the two is that VTI includes all 4,000 companies in the stock market, whereas VOO is just the largest 500. However, their performance is virtually identical because the 500 largest make up 80% of the market, so you can't go wrong with either one. The second assumption we're going to make is that you are willing to invest for at least 25 years. The majority of you watching this are most likely between 25 to 44 based on my channel's analytics. So 25 years out would mean you would achieve millionaire status between the ages of 50 to 69. Some of you are okay with that, but some of you don't want to wait that long. In that case, if you can increase your income and save aggressively, then it's possible to become a millionaire in less than 10 years. But contrary to popular opinion, index funds may not be the best way to pull this off. If you want to know why, you can check out this video here. The next assumption is how much money you can initially invest, and thanks to Webull, you can get a massive head start by as much as $30,600. Webull is an investing app you can sign up for using the link in the description, and by making a deposit of as little as a penny, you will receive 12 free stocks worth up to $30,600. You can sell the stocks at any time, and the money is yours to keep. You're going to need a brokerage account anyways to start investing, so consider signing up now using the link below and get some free money as a bonus. But even with Webull's potential contribution, let's be conservative and assume you end up with, say, $2,500 to start investing. So plugging in all of our assumptions into this calculator on NerdWallet, you're going to need to contribute $9,000 annually to reach $1 million in 25 years. Now, if you make $20,000 to $30,000 a year, it's just not that realistic to contribute that much, especially if you have a family and kids and with the general cost of living in the US. So this is where tax credits can be the game changer. Tax credits reduce dollar for dollar the amount of income tax you owe the federal or state government, but not all the credits are the same. Many credits are considered non-refundable. This means they can lower your tax bill to zero, but you don't get paid any credit amount that's left over. So if you owe $1,000 in income tax and you qualify for a tax credit of $1,500, the credit will cancel out the income tax, but you don't get to keep the $500 difference. This is why refundable tax credits are better. These are paid out to you even if you don't owe any taxes. So in the same example, if this were a refundable credit, once it wipes out the tax you owe, the difference is yours to keep. Now, since the standard deduction will rise to nearly $28,000 in 2023 for married filing jointly, if your household makes $30,000 or less, your tax bill will likely be zero or close to it. So this means virtually all the refundable credit you qualify for will be free money you can invest. The most generous refundable tax credit is the Earned Income Credit, or EIC. And here are the amounts and thresholds for the 2023 tax year just released by the IRS. The maximum credit amount you can receive is based on the number of qualifying children on your tax return. You can get $600 if you have no children and up to $7,430 if you have 3 or more. The minimum earned income you need to get the maximum credit amount is this line, and the maximum earned income you can have before the credit phases out are these lines based on your filing status. At these thresholds, the credit phases out completely to zero. For example, if you file as married filing jointly with 2 qualifying children, you would qualify for $6,604 as long as your income is between these 2 amounts. But if your income is between these 2 amounts, then you get a reduced credit, and you can get an estimate on that amount by checking out this site here called taxoutreach.org, where you would just need to select your filing status, number of children, and earnings. The other tax credit that can help fund your annual contribution towards your $1 million portfolio is the child tax credit. For the 2023 tax year, this credit is worth $2,000 per qualifying child, but only $1,600 of that is refundable. So using the same example of the family with 2 kids, they will get $6,604 plus $1,600 times 2 for a grand total of $9,804. Now, if we're honest with ourselves, socking away $9,000 every year into an investment account for the next 25 years is a big commitment. As much as you love the idea of being a millionaire, the reality is you probably have bills that you need to pay right now. And chances are you won't be able to invest consistently because life happens, like an emergency room visit, a flat tire, or a leaky roof. You gotta pay them. So instead of investing solely for the distant future, you may be better served by investing to generate passive income, because it gives you the flexibility to pay your bills now when the money is tight, or you can reinvest it for even more income later. In this video here, I talk about how you can pull this off with just a $10,000 investment in 3 different types of dividend paying assets. It might be just a video you need to stress less about paying your bills and to start enjoying the freedom passive income can provide. Thanks for watching.